What's happening in Los Angeles right now is not going to be an isolated incident. It's just that of which we'll see more of in the near future. Other blue states and sanctuary cities are going to be targeted because this is where the so-called vermin is that they want to find and then, of course, exterminate. It's the playbook we've seen in the past, just in contemporary ways. And what makes it feel so surreal is that we're actually living this now, no longer just reading about it or hearing about it in history class. Beyond that, though, what they are rolling out is the control of media. They've started with lawsuits and they won too many of them. Now they have started to arrest journalists or fire rubber bullets. The intent, of course, is to force legacy media to take a knee. Now, we all have, I think, justifiable critiques as to how legacy media conducted itself, and some of the current regime is certainly the doing of the legacy media by simply whitewashing that which they should have critiqued and let everyone in the United States know what is around the corner if we vote for that which is now the regime. But they failed us. And with their failure, they now have to bear the consequences. So there really isn't a lot of sympathy from me. Which leaves us with independent voices, which are going to be the ones who are the only disseminating vehicles of information. And even there, the platforms are going to contract and suppress, such as this platform here, which is very much at the beck and call of the administration that if they don't follow suit, then they will be declared platform non grata and encounter all kinds of issues up to and including being shut down. So they don't really have much of a choice either but to suppress, which drives the independent voices towards independent platforms, which is going to be incredibly difficult because even there, the regime will assert itself. In years past, the FBI has laid claim to websites, and there is no saying that they wouldn't do this with websites that are disseminating information that runs counter to what the regime wants to have disseminated. And with Kash Patel at the helm, it's of course not necessarily a far-fetched thought that websites that are counter to the regime will just simply be claimed. So that leaves us with what are the vehicles? I think Telegram is one of them. Signal might be the other one. Encrypted channels. Unfortunately there, we can't just easily go out and say, hey, follow me here or there because of the methods of quote-unquote infiltration and getting the wrong people into the right groups. But as far as independence is concerned, those two vehicles may just really be the only long-standing opportunity that we have to communicate. And if there's one thing that is going to be paramount as we line up against the regime, it's not just to be present and loud, but also to keep our communications channels open. Now, what that means and how we find each other, honestly, I don't know. So if anyone has an answer to this, to make it easy to actually really construct groups that are truly functional as a resistance group, has a little bit of a underground railroad flair to it, I suppose. If you have an SOP, if you will, that makes it more functional, please share it in the comments because communication is going to be paramount. And if we don't have that, then we are most definitely going to fall.